Hello dear viewers, I'm your host Rakesh Kumar. The topic of the video is EURUSD and GBPUSD technical analysis today. Today is 7th of October 2021 and I want to introduce myself as a DUSCOPY community member because I'm not an employee of DUSCOPY and I do the analysis for the community. All the views or opinions or whatever the trading ideas that I give in this video will be of my own. We will be carrying out the technical analysis of the euro against dollar and pound against dollar, and if the time permits, we will also carry out the technical analysis of other pairs. In this session, we will be strictly talking about the technical aspects of trading, because as a technical analyst, I know that every piece of information is already priced into the chart, whether it is political or fundamental in nature. So we will try to follow the charts only for the analysis. In this program, we will only be using the candlestick charts and we will try to find out the key levels for all the pairs that we discuss and see how we can use them to trade from. If you are new to the technical analysis, I would request you to go to our channel's homepage, go to the playlists and search for the profitable candlestick patterns playlist and another playlist of profitable chart patterns. See, there are two playlists. One is profitable candlestick patterns and the other is profitable chart patterns. Now, if you go through those playlists first, it will help you in understanding what we talk about in this video. Last but not the least, everything that I say in this video is for information or knowledge purpose only. So you should do your own research before you invest or trade with your own money. With this introduction, I am done. Let's have a quick look at the disclaimer. This is very important. You should go through it. You can pause the video here and go through it properly. And make sure that you understand this risk which is involved in the trading of foreign exchange. So let's hop on to the charts. On your screen right now is the daily chart of dollar index. We have marked a few important support and resistance levels based on the past price action. And here yesterday we have talked about in the last video, if you go through that, we have discussed this double bottom formation here. This double bottom formation has already been broken, and after the break, the 93.73 level is acting as a good support. Now I'm expecting the price to break through 94.29 anytime soon and try to test 94.78 as the fresh resistance. And in case that 94.78 breaks, then we have next resistance level at 97.79, which is very much away. So if today or tomorrow or maybe day after the price is able to break above 94.78, then there will come an avalanche type of breakdown in the pairs that are associated with the US dollar, like EURUSD, GBPUSD. They may break down to a large extent in case we are able to see a close higher than 94.78 in the US dollar here. So right now the price the dollar index is trading between 94.29 and the support zone of 93.73. Talking about the euro dollar here, euro has yesterday closed below a very crucial level of 1.1562. okay, now if you see the last title of my video, yesterday's title, then 1.1562, I have said that now it will act as a resistance. Let me show you on the 4-hourly chart. After the price has given a close below this, now this area will act as a resistance. Why? Because this area was a good support in the past. So any price area which tends to act as a strong support in the past, that starts acting as a good resistance if it is broken. So this area 1.1562, this was an area of interest in the past. Here this was an area of interest in the January last year. No, not in last year, actually in the January 2019. After the price broke higher from here, now is the time when the price is testing. But after the test, when the price went higher from here on 29th and 30th of September, the price could not maintain the highs and came back to break this level. Now this is a clear indication that buyers are not interested at this price. This means that there is more sell-off possible, more selling is possible in this pair. If I switch to 1 hour, you can clearly see that after reaching this 1.1562 from the downside, the price has started bending to the downside again. So expect a lot more loss in the euro in the coming days. All right. Now the next target for the downside is at 1.1495, which may offer some support to the price, or otherwise 1.1562 will keep acting as a resistance in coming days. Talking about GBP USD, the support and resistance levels for this are 1.3572 is the support, because yesterday also this level acted as a good support and the price actually went below this level on last intraday candle. It actually made a low of 1.3544, but then eventually closed at 1.3583. So yes, this was a good retracement yesterday, but see how the candle was able to close below the low of day before yesterday's candle. So this is still a bearish sign. And also notice that the price, after going between 10 and 20 periods moving average, has come back below 10 periods moving average again and closed the day below the low of day before yesterday's candle. This is a very bearish indication. The psychology, try to understand the psychology behind this market here, the psychology behind this price action here. There was a resistance here. One resistance was this trend line, then one resistance was this horizontal level of 1.3664, and also the price has already pulled back from a downtrend, so 10 and 20 periods moving average was also dynamic resistances. Now after this test of one resistance, the price did not even go to test the next resistance and has given us a close below this yesterday's candle, day before yesterday's candle. Now this indicates that those buyers who were trying to take control of the market, they met with a lot of sellers here in this area. Although we were expecting sellers at 1.3664 after the test of 1.3664, but the sellers were so aggressive, they did not wait for the test of that level and initiated the fresh selling positions and pushed the price down to the low of 1.3544 yesterday, and were able to close below the low of day before yesterday's candle. So here it seems like more losses are there on the way, because those buyers who have bought, who have initiated their positions to the long side on day before yesterday's candle, the stop losses have been triggered, and now they will also be looking for an opportunity to go short in this pair. So what I'm expecting now, 1.3572 may break on intraday, and we can expect 1.3449 to be tested in this market very soon. On the contrary, if the price start going higher from here, then 1.3572 will act as a support, and 1.3664 is still a resistance for this market. Now next is the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar has also closed below a crucial price level of 0.6916. Although it also retraced from the lows of the day, but since it has given a closing below that 0.6916, that means now the buyers are not that aggressive as they were before. So now expect more sell-off in this market also, and the next target for this one is 0.6808, but we have failed to create a line here. This was an important zone from where the price has taken the support. Maybe I have ignored this because of some reason, but seems like this level is holding, so maybe an important level. So we will mark it on our chart, 0.6859. We will keep an eye on this. So first thing is that this recent low of 0.6859, which we'll be keeping an eye on, but I think 0.6808 is what is more important price level for us to watch in this market. On the higher side, we have a resistance at 0.7000, and this falling trend line, which we have created by joining these two highs here, may be acting as a good resistance when the time comes and when they meet the price. All right, so Australian dollar here. The next on your screen is the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Here, same thing, but the Australian dollar looks like more promising here, although it was on a downtrend. But after testing this neckline of the broken head and shoulder, after testing this neckline, the price was supposed to give us a wave 3, which is longer than this wave 1, but it has failed and has made, I think, a higher high here. I cannot, higher low here. I cannot say that this is a higher low yet, because the price has not made a higher high. But if the price is able to make a higher high than this high of 0.7409 in this market, then we can say that uptrend has resumed, and this is a higher low in that case. But till now, if the price comes back down, then that will be the higher low or lower low in this case. So until now, we are not sure whether this is the higher low or not. But if we see a high than 0.7409, we can say that this was a higher low. But it seems like already it is in the process of making a higher low here. Why? If I show you on 4 hour, there is a formation of head and shoulder pattern here on the 4 hour. You see, from here you can calculate. Actually, the price was going down when the inverse head and shoulder pattern forms, how it forms. So yeah, this was the low, this was reaction high, then again this was the low, and this was the reaction high. Now this is the low, and for valid, so this is a neckline for that inverse head and shoulder. Now if this is broken to the top side, I think I will turn bullish on the Australian dollar, because on 4 hour inverse head and shoulder breakout, it will mean that the price is going back to 0.7426 in this market. I hope you understood my point here, that inverse head and shoulder is being formed here, and if we see a close higher than this neckline, then there is a possibility that 0.7315 and 0.7426 will be achieved in this market. So right now the price is trading between the resistance of 0.7289 and a support of 0.7221, and I'm expecting this resistance of 0.7289 to break today. Talking about the US dollar against the Japanese yen, US dollar has met a resistance at 111.63. This was an important level in the past. Expect this level to keep acting as a resistance if the price finds itself here, and if the price is able to break this level, the next top resistance is 112.18. This is a very important level to keep an eye on based on the past data. If you see that once this price level was tested on around 19th of February in 2020, from there was a huge sell-off, that the price within 2 weeks came back to the level of 101.18 level. So $12 the US yen has lost here in the month of February and March 2020. So expect this level to act as a resistance again when the price comes here, and if it does not, and the price is able to give us a closing higher than 112.18, now that will indicate that a fresh high of 114.54 is possible, which was high in the year of 2018 in the month of October. So that will attract more sellers because it was also an area of interest in the past. Talking about the US dollar against Canadian dollar, yesterday we have seen a pin bar on the resistance. It is not bearish. The price was able to close the day in the green, but I'm not very bullish in this one, as we are going to test 1.2493 in this market. Although we were expecting the Canadian dollar to be stronger because the Brent prices were higher, but it did not happen yesterday. Yesterday there was supposed to be a bearish pin bar and we should have already tested 1.2493, seeing that the crude oil has gained more than 3-4%. But okay, nevertheless, this is already a head and shoulder breakdown here and a retest, and now expect the price to go down to 1.2421 levels and maybe even lower to 1.2364. But right now the price is trading very close to this support zone of this long line which I have drawn by joining these two lows. So in this market, expect the price to reach 1.2493, and in that time 1.2586 is a resistance. Now 1.2493 is the next support, but expect this long line also to be acting as a good support for the price in the coming days. Talking about the Brent, after giving a close higher than 79.87, the price has not tested this level yet. So when this level is tested again this time, expect it to act as a good support. Expect that level to act as a good support. So yeah, you can be looking for a buying opportunity near this, and in fact a lot of people are already, I think, looking for a buying opportunity in this market here. So expect the price to reach 79.87 area and buyers to get emerge. Now yesterday's high, that is 83.44, is the fresh resistance for the price, and of course support is 79.87 area or 79.90 area. Talking about the USDCHF, we want to sell this market, but I don't want to bias my brain to sell, because if we see an up move from here in the US dollar, because you remember that dollar index is on the verge of breakout, so selling a pair associated with the US dollar as the base currency is not good. So till the time we don't see the US dollar index getting rejected from the highs, I think it will not be a good idea to sell US dollar against the Swiss franc. Although Swiss franc is very bullish, so we can sell this pair, but till the time this rising channel is not broken to the downside, I think it will not be a good idea to go short in the US dollar against the Swiss franc. So right now expect some support at 0.9241 and 0.9274, and expect resistance at 9472, and also by this falling channel's resistance line. This is a very important channel. I must increase the tone or the width of this one. This is an important channel that we have to keep an eye on. All right, so this symmetrical triangle is now of no use, so I will just remove these lines to clear the clutter from the chart. It is important to keep your charts clean so that you can have a clear information about what you are supposed to do. So next is EURJPY. Here I can only tell you about the next levels, that is 0.8472, that we should keep an eye on, and the resistance is at 0.8523. So since the euro is very bearish already, I told you that euro is a sell below this level of 1.1562. So when we talk about EURJPY, expect more sell off here also. 0.8472 is where we are expecting support, and 0.8523 is where we are expecting the resistance. In gold, yesterday we have seen a bullish pin bar, and now today there is a possibility that 1753 area will attract buyers again. Till the time we don't see a close below this 1753, I think 1729 will not be achieved. So we need a close below this for 1729 to be tested again. On the contrary, if the price continues to go higher, then 1780 is going to be the resistance. So right now the price has 15756 to 15153 as support and 1780 as the resistance. Nothing much on the gold. GBP JPY, yeah, there is an uncertainty here. After a bullish candle, the price failed to break below the low of that candle. Of course, on yesterday it broke the high, but has has closed in the red. So there is a lot of uncertainty in GBPJPY. Right now the price is trading between the range of 151.16 and 151.49. These are the small supports and resistance levels for today, but if the higher resistance level is broken, then 152.19 will act as resistance, and on the lower side, if this 151.16 is broken, then 150.49 will act as a good support in this market. CHFJPY, like I said, I'm bullish in Swiss franc. Swiss franc for this next resistance is at 120.54. On the downside, we have a support at 119.96. So it is a good opportunity for buying, because we can also see 121.16 in this market. EURUSD, I am very bearish in this market. Why am I bearish in this market? Why I'm bearish in this market? Because there has been a head and shoulder breakdown already in this market. Okay, once a head and shoulder breakdown has happened, now the price is trading below the resistance of 1.5902, and the next level is almost at 1.5612 levels. So this is where I'm expecting the next support, although actually I should be testing these highs. So this 1.5675 area, I think, should be the next support. So expect the price to go there once it starts moving down. Although, because the last week has been a very strong sell-off in the euro against the US dollar, so there may be a breather here for test of 1.5902. But if it does not happen, don't be surprised if the price is going back to 1.5675 in this market. Talking about Euro New Zealand, is trading between the range of 1.6774 and 1.6637. Expect these levels to act as support and resistance whenever the price meets this area. Nothing much on the Euro New Zealand, and nothing much on the silver also, actually, because 22.86 is the resistance from the last 1 week and 22.06 is the support, and it will continue to act as a support and resistance whenever the price comes to these areas. But from the last 4 trading sessions, the price has not been able to reach any of these areas. So there's a lot of consolidation happening in the silver, and the price is going nowhere. Swiss index is becoming interesting day by day, and see, yesterday there was a bullish pin bar. Expect the price to go to 11,859 to find it as a fresh resistance. So I'm expecting the price action to become like this over the coming time. And if it happens, then, and the price tests 11,277 as the fresh support, it can also break higher than 12,572, because the buyers are very aggressive in this area of around 11,400. So right now 11,859 is the resistance. On the downside, we have 11,277 as support. EURCHF 1.0756 is still my area of resistance, and 1.06959 is where I'm expecting the buyers to jump into the market. For the Swiss franc, okay, for the Swiss franc, actually we have a bearish engulfing candle, so now the price is going back to 1.2550 in this market. So there's more 50 to 60 pips of loss on the way. And if we see a close below 1.2550, then 1.2503 will be exposed in this market. Last is not the Bitcoin. Actually, after this, I have added 2 charts. EUROCAD also I have added. So EUROCAD we will go through. So Bitcoin has given us a clean close above 52,883 level. This was the previous level of resistance from where the price has started its down move, and this down move was stopped at the resistance of 41,264, which now turned into support. and after that the price has only seen green candles, only one red candle on 1st of October. After that there were only green candles. So now expect 58,963 to act as the next top, and if the price gives a clean close higher than that, then expect 64,848 in this market soon. So in the end, I want to talk about the EUROCAD a little. Now see how we have joined these two lows here. So if the price goes to this area, to test this area, do you think that this will act as a good support? Well, I don't know what you think, but I think it will act as a very good support for the price. The buyers will jump in to push the price back to 1.4605 and maybe even higher. So, but if they fail to do so, if the price breaks below this, then 1.4457 is going to be the next target for this market. So with this, I'm done, gentlemen and ladies also. So in the end, I just want to say that I hope you get some idea about the support and resistance levels that are of interest in the coming hours and days. Please keep in mind to never risk more than 1% of your capital on any single trade, and you should be looking for a potential profit of more than 3 times the risk that you're going to take. Here in the financial market, the risk is stop loss and take profit is the potential profit. So with this note, I shall end this video. Please press the like button if you find this video useful for you. Share it with your friends if you think that somebody needs assistance, or if you want to match your support and resistance levels with mine. And if you are not confident about trading from my ideas, it's okay, because I don't want you to trade from my ideas. I want you to learn from my ideas. Maybe you can also draw these support and resistance lines and share with me in the form of comments. And yes, also you can join the DUSD Forex community, and the links are there in the description. I wish you a very happy and profitable day. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you come here tomorrow to get the latest updates every day.